Oh yes, legends, how is everybody doing? Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, and let's crack on with the price of Bitcoin, of course, as always. Sorry guys, just a little bit thirsty. Let's go through the comment section. How is everybody doing? Make sure to destroy the like button, guys, on your way in. Share some love, some support. You are just here for the education, my point of view, technical analysis. Could I be right? Could I be wrong? We'll just take a look at major levels, guys. Not bearish, not bullish. I am very bullish on higher time frame, without a doubt. I do see Bitcoin going to all-time high and $100,000 plus, right? But we are traders. We look at levels. We look at different internal opportunities. And I have to say, there is something disturbing about this price action. It looks like that we could get a cool off, okay? Not bearish, all right? I get, some comments saying you're always bearish. You're very bearish. The price of Bitcoin, right? This is a very interesting comment that I got today. The price is not managing. People like you are the reason why BTC is not breaking resistance zones with your short positions. It's all about the timing. It's all about technical analysis, right? I'm not a whale. I'm very far away from being a whale. It's just technical analysis, okay? So do you want to take the opportunity in getting into a short and to a longs? It's just technical analysis, okay? It's not my fault. It's just technical levels. What can I do about it, right? We learn to read the chart and realize where there could be some opportunities, either for longs and for shorts. So that is what we do, guys, okay? Don't be mad at me, all right? There's some interesting comments that I get, okay? I caught the short because of you. There's some great comments. There's some really nice comments, guys. There's actually people getting education and value. Thanks, Andy, for another quick and informative video. The amount of stuff I've learned from you in the last few months is insane. Thank you so much. I mean, these comments, they're really nice. They want me to get another video update, providing the education, the levels, where you could have got into a trade, where could you put your stop loss, the reason why you shouldn't have gotten into the trade. But yeah, I caught the short position because of you. 3-drive pattern, absolutely awesome. Yeah, because we're forming a little bit of a 3-peak scenario here. Never like 3 peaks on a chart, right? They're not too sexy, right? They're not too sexy. The last 3 peaks that we had on the higher time frame, right, was in 2021. And you might think, oh, here we go again, right? The big massive bear in crypto. But yeah, we don't like 3 peaks testing a high and not managing to break through. I mean, look what happened here in 2021, right? Obviously this was the end of the bull run. I don't think that the end of the bull run is there, or is it? Depression, recession, I don't know, but it's just looking at the technical possibilities, right? So yeah, we never liked 3 peaks, guys. We know what happened in 2021 on the higher time frame when we did form those 3 peaks. It wasn't looking too great. Guys, let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. I'm just going to go and refresh this, but just to confirm that we are live. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay. So on lower time frames, we have formed a little bit of a 3-peaky scenario. Eventually, if the price does break down from here, the structure's not going to be looking too great, right? If you do get a bounce, you start breaking through higher lows, right? We are in this ascending channel, right? We would want the higher low support to maintain, but this is not going to be such an attractive move down if it were to happen. Just realizing that we could actually go to slightly lower levels, right? And it's not being a bear. It's just realizing that some support levels have been broken, right? You do see some patterns and some price action, realizing that, hey, I don't like these 3 peaks. It's usually not the greatest sign, Could we form a higher low as we are in bullish momentum and smash through the highs? Absolutely, yes. Why not? But the short position to be taken as an intraday small swing short position was really here, okay? It was really at the highs from Monday. This is not a zone to enter a short position for a day trade, right? As in back, as a swing trade short. yes, there are levels to get into scalps and manage your risk very, very well. And there are some internal levels here. There's small little moves of a few $100s, right? Give or take $300-400, where there is some great scalping opportunities. And I'll explain those levels in this live stream, of course. Just giving you the education and realizing what is resistance and support and where you can get into a trading setup. And we just talk about those levels, guys. Like, hey, we hit the level, this is where you want to get into a position, this is where your stop loss is, and this is where you're basically targeting, right? So we are going to go through the overall a little bit of higher time frame, guys. Try and understand where we at. It's not about being right or wrong, it's knowing exactly where to enter the position with very good risk management. Because yeah, I am comparing right now the 2021 three peaks, right, that we had right over here that ended up in a devastating corrective move. I'm not saying that this is going to happen on the lower time frames, right? But overall, if you attempted a short position, you would want to do it on the third peak, right? Rejection, short, stop loss at the high. And obviously this is higher time frame, this is on the daily. And the same scenario comes with this local price action that we formed throughout the last couple of days, right? Where you test the high and you reject. Now the question is, without a doubt, this could be the high, and you would be looking at, claiming these lows, eventually taking some profits. You're in a very nice position if you did manage to get into a short position from here. You're finding a little bit of support. You need to realize that you are forming higher lows. Yeah, we could definitely bounce and come back up to the highs, but you're in a very good position, right? Your stop loss is nothing, right? It's peanuts compared to the position that you're in right now. So if we do get that leg down, well, obviously, you're making a pretty nice risk to reward. And the main reason why you could actually come down and sweep the $62,200, guys, it is just by realizing the liquidity that there is there, using a little bit of Elliott wave theory that, yeah, potentially we could have finished this wave here to the upside. Really extremely choppy and disturbing how the price has been moving throughout the last few days, okay? Very choppy, very volatile, a lot of overlaps, okay? It's getting a bit confusing when you just, trying to use a little bit of basic Elliott wave theory, right? You need to go a little bit more into detail here with the micro counts that are happening throughout this range. But what we realized throughout the last few days, right? Okay, just starting off with higher time frame, basic technical analysis, in this uptrend, right? We've been in this uptrend, very nice indeed. Okay, now it's getting a little bit sideways. It's not looking too powerful, but it's realizing the waves that we formed since the low of September, right? So you can clearly count a one wave right over here, a corrective structure, another nice wave here, another corrective structure right there, and then this next wave being the fifth wave, and this being a corrective move. So you've got a one wave and a second wave, right? An A and a B if you want. And now with this movement to the upside, right, what we have been looking at throughout the last few days is, okay, we've got a really nice impulsive move here, and this a very three-wave corrective structure. So we've got one first good impulse. Now, what happened next, of course, throughout last week, entering into Friday, right, into the weekend, we got a really nice, powerful move to the upside, which was larger than this wave. So you need to come to the conclusion that, hey, we are very, very close in forming our last potential wave, right? This could have been the high. We could have come to slightly higher levels, right? We've been talking about some levels of resistance that we do have above 65K, but maybe we're going to run those levels. And what was disturbing about looking at this corrective structure that we formed, which is very, very complex, guys, I have to say, this is like a, WXY, three wave, right, in a flat and a zigzag, right, combined. When we do analyze the last move to the upside, it was very three wavy, right? You had from this pivot low that you formed on Monday, you formed a three-wave structure right over there with overlap with this corrective move. So that there was a bit of doubt here that this could have been the end of the higher time frame, right? 5-wave moves to the upside. We do realize that the end of this impulse could be in or very close to be in, right? This is why we talk about, hey, it is not a bad idea to actually look for short positions for a day trade to swing trade. And that is only at the high levels. This is a zone that I would not jump into a short position in the middle of the range. It's like, no, we are in uptrend momentum, okay? Just give this technical explanation for those comments, right, that are saying, you're just a big massive bear. It's looking at the technical levels, guys. It is simple to understand that where we are looking at short positions right now is either swing failure pattern, failed auction, come all the way up to the daily level or the 7-8 Fibonacci when we're talking about the higher time frames, right, from this pivot high to the pivot low, potentially sweeping up the highs from August, guys. This is a zone of resistance where the price could get rejection, right? That is if we do not double top from the highs of Monday, right? Because sometimes we're like waiting for that level of resistance to be hit at higher levels and potentially just going to create a double top from Monday's highs in this case, right? And you're going to get that pullback down below $62,000. So it's very, very technical. It's knowing exactly where you want to enter and protect your position, right? And have very good risk management. So I want to know if you are bullish or if you are bearish for the next coming days, guys. Okay, we are at greed at the moment. Looking at the wave scenario, it does make sense to actually have an attempt and sweep up the lows. We can see on the liquidity heat map there is actually slightly more liquidity beneath 62,000, okay, 200. And liquidity has actually decreased ever so slightly, okay, throughout the last the last 24 hours. There was a little bit more of liquidity sitting beneath, which seems like we're having some longs that are closing their position, which is good. Probably more shorts are going to be entering throughout the next 24 hours, and we are going to get that push to the upside. So overall, it's just realizing that there is some significant liquidity beneath the lows of the weekend, and that liquidity could be swept at some point. Okay, now let's go right away and we'll talk about the lower time frames, guys, what I would be expecting and what are the major levels to look at next, because it would be very disturbing for me to see that the price is going to get a push here to the upside. I would still be quite interested in looking at this technical short, all right? There is something about this price action that is telling me that a corrective move is very, very likely, okay? When we taking a look at these impulsive moves, and it all has to do with timing, right? It all has to do with timing. It's pretty funny, the comment that I got from, no hate or anything, but it's all about the timing, right? People want to see all-time high. It's the timing, guys. We're not ready to go to 100K just yet. When we follow the cycles, the timing, it wouldn't make sense, right, to go all the way up to all-time high. Yes, sometimes it can differ, just like this year that we hit all-time high before the halving. That never happened in the history. So it's all about probabilities. So yeah, it wouldn't make sense to go to all-time high or to 100K this month or next month, right? It's going to be, possibly Q1 of 2025 or even Q3. There's no need to go to 100K in next month, right? I think it's pretty clear overall. So what I want to talk about this area is the timing, right? The timing and the retracement. It would be unusual for the price to actually break above successfully, okay, above $65,000. Yeah, we could hit 66. We could hit 67. That would be a very, very disturbing push up, actually. But it would be rare, And you might think to yourself, why would this be a rare move to the upside? Well, it all has to do with the timing and the retracements that we've had throughout this movement the last couple of weeks. And your question is, why? Well, basically, when we take a look at this movement that happened the first week of September to the second week of September right over here, we have an impulse and a retracement. Retracements, you usually want them to at least hit the 382 Fibonacci. Okay, in the case of a wave 4, yes, you can hit the 236 Fibonacci and get another leg to the upside. But what is curious about this move is taking a look at the next wave. This next wave that we formed throughout last week and this week, right? This pullback is relatively shallow. It's a very, very shallow pullback for the price to actually successfully break through and go to 68K, right? It would be rare without getting a pretty decent pullback, okay? So it's all about looking at the probabilities and the timing and the Fibonacci retracement. When I do place a Fibonacci retracement from this last impulse of last week, right, from the pivot low, and now the question is, you know, is this the pivot high? Is it this one? Is it this one, right? It doesn't really matter if you want to take a look at the kind of minimum Fibonacci retracement that usually gets hit, which is the 382. Obviously, you're looking at 50%, 618 also. 236 would be rare to hit to get continuation with a powerful move. It would be extremely rare that you only get a pullback to the 236 and continue and break and hit 68K and 70K. It's very rare, okay? I'm not going to say it's impossible, and it's just unusual, and it lowers probability. So you need to come to the conclusion here that, hey, with this last impulsive move that started right over here from the 16th of September, we got some really nice, powerful moves. You can actually count 5 waves to the upside with this high or with this high. It doesn't matter, right? So when you take a look at Fibonacci, you taking this pivot high, it doesn't matter. This pivot high, where did we retrace? The 236. Okay, yeah, that's relatively shallow. It's a bit too shallow for the price to rocket from here. If we take a look at the next peak right over here, yeah, still 236, right? Still hitting the 236, this red horizontal line. It's a bit of a shallow pullback for the price to get to 70K, right? Or 68K, right? It doesn't matter. When we take a look at the next high, well, eventually we haven't even hit the 236 Fibonacci from this last impulsive move that we've had throughout the last week. So the conclusion here is the pullback is more likely to happen. The sweep of $62,000 lows, right, is highly probable, right? The question is, where will the price top out, and where can we find a short position? I gotta say, if you're looking for a short right now to claim the lows right over here, I have to say on higher time frames, you're late, right? You should have shorted at the highs here. I missed out on this short, I gotta say. This happened very early this morning. This is all when Asia markets are open, you know. So the good movements happen when the Asian market opens. There are some scalps and some day trades that I've been taken here. We'll explain that also throughout the live stream. Very important to go on lower time frame. If you missed out a higher time frame level, then we zoom in and we look for opportunities on lower time frame. So the conclusion here is simple. It is easy. Retracing only to the 236 Fibonacci. We got this retracement here happening 2 weeks ago, right over here. Yeah, this is a pretty nice pullback, right? From the pivot low to the pivot high, you at least hitting the 382 Fibonacci, right? That's what we want to see. That's the level where we got the bounce from this impulsive move, 3-wave corrective structure, 382, very nice. It's kind of a minimum requirement, right? To get the next leg to the upside in a nice bullish structure. So 236 Fibonacci, only this pullback, getting it from the low to this high, it doesn't matter, guys. From the three highs, you've only retraced to the 236, which is unusual for the price to gain power and get a big breakout. I mean, in a massive hyped bull market, yeah, you can retrace to the 236 and get continuation to the upside without a doubt. But it would be rare, right? We don't have extremely bullish sentiment right now, like really, really, really bullish. We are at greed, right? We are at greed. But, you know, I hope these explanations do help you out, guys, okay? Because, hey, getting some low views ultimately, it's crucial to understand, guys. If you think that this is Andy, we've got the Asia session. Yes, yeah, Mariela also. I see the movements that I plan for sometimes throughout the day happen when I'm sleeping, right? It's like it doesn't really matter. But yeah, a lot of the movements that I'm interested in, right, I plan throughout the day, unless it's aggressive scalping, like some levels that I'm going to mention today in the live stream. Then yeah, sometimes these higher time frame levels are hit when I am sleeping, and maybe most of you also. So yeah, basically that is the explanation here on slightly higher time frame. We're going to zoom in on lower time frame, analyze a little bit of, you know, what's going on here regarding levels and scenarios. But price has been bullish, price is bullish, but it's ready for a cool off, right? And what level of support needs to hold, okay? What level of support needs to hold throughout the next coming days? And I have to say, we kind of need to, you know, kind of fake out of the support of this ascending channel, right? I would really not want to see this being an ABC and a corrective structure. Well, it's totally fine, because yeah, we just get a larger pullback and that's it. If we break the channel, right, and we start losing some momentum, overlapping these pivot highs, you know, it's just going to be like, okay, well, we're just going to pull back a little bit more. But there is an extreme bullish case scenario, which would be a 1-2. We're forming another 1-2 inside of the third wave, right, which is going to be absolutely explosive. That is a massive speculation, right? But you know, we're going to have to give the bulls a chance at these support levels. We'll go through that throughout the live stream, but because I want to focus on what's happening a little bit internally here. But hopefully this does make sense, guys. Okay, it's just analyzing higher time frame is always good. Slightly higher time frame to realize where we're at with the impulse that has happened throughout the last few weeks. And just saying, look, it would not make sense counting the waves, counting the timing, and also counting the retracement that has happened from this pivot low to the pivot high for a pullback that happens only to the 236 Fibonacci. You usually want to get at least to the 382, and this is at least, right? Possibly 50% and 618. And maybe even 7-8, right? Well, if we do retrace after this wave to the 7-8, then it's not going to be looking too great, right? We're breaking a little bit of too much structure here if we do get down there. So the question is right now, and this is where a lot of people do not pay attention. You said we were going to go down, and apparently we get a leg up here. I'm not saying that we need to go down now from this exact level. I'm just saying that it is unlikely that the price would get a push up here with power, okay? With power. Meaning that these pushes to the upside that are happening throughout the last few days, they are going to top out at certain levels. And there is ways to trade this successfully with very good risk management. Number one, the easiest kind of setup scenario is a double top swing failure pattern failed auction, where you just test the highs, trigger a short, stop loss at the high, you get the pullback, you got a great position, you can be very defensive. It's almost a free trade, right? What happens if you do not create a double top and you continue to the upside? Well, that is when we go to the next technical levels. We zoom out a little bit, and then we realize that the highs from August have not been tested. Would be nice. Yeah, this is a great higher time frame, high or low for a failed breakout liquidity grab. They're always banging. They're always great because they're the higher time frame levels for a swing failure pattern. On lower time frames, you might get a few $100s of a move, but on higher time frames, you're potentially going to get $1,000 or $2,000, if not more, of a move, right? As you reject and claim liquidity from that zone. So this, without a doubt, would be a great failed auction level, right? Liquidity grab, boom, and then, you know, get a decent pullback. So you need to consider the possibility, if the price does break out from this high of August, and you start trading beneath it with a rejection, you know, you got a sniper short, and this is more a bit of a swing short, right? Where you are looking for the liquidity beneath 62,200. I mean, this would be your higher time frame target zone. Of course, if you do not swing failure pattern from the highs of August here at $65,000, slightly below, then you got some other technical levels when you zoom out, right? So you just need to remain patient and really check those levels that you have ready on the chart, because if you get above the highs from August and you do not reject from it, there is no short to be taken. If you're trading above this high, it could flip as support and you could just get more power to the upside. So you're not interested in that short as you are above this high. Period. That's it. If you're trading above it, you just don't short. The price could go to much higher levels. Now, what are the next levels if you are breaking through? If we're having the analysis of saying, look, it would not make sense for the price to break through and hit 68K, right? It would not make sense. So you need to really, really get those levels ready and have responsibility in your trading setups. Because, yeah, I mean, how I used to trade many years ago would be, I'm going to sleep and I'm just going to put a bunch of limit orders here so I can wake up, my position is filled, and I'm in a great trade, right? And then I wake up in the morning and the price is actually trading at $70,000. And my analysis was completely wrong and I'm getting wrecked. I prefer to miss the trade based on my experience from the past, right? I put a bunch of limit orders, I'll go to bed, you know, they're gonna get filled. I'm a fucking master, right? No, because, you know, if the price just breaks through the level with a massive pump, you know, you never know what's gonna happen, right? Then you get extremely liquidated, right? Or in a big massive loss, and then you're like in panic mode. What should I do? Should I add? Should I wait? No, none of that. You know, the trading is level, reaction, stop loss, entry, good risk management. That's it. You follow those rules, you're going to be good. If you start doing this, I'm not going to catch it, you know, I need to go to bed or I need to go somewhere. Well, this is why we have alerts, right? As you're awake, you can trade on your phone. If you've done your analysis well at home, you got your phone, you got your alerts from TradingView. Boom. Oh, we hit the level. You can get into a sniper position and manage risk. So if we were to break above these highs of August, you know, there's a daily level. There is the 7/8 Fibonacci from this pivot high to the pivot low, which is very interesting. It's just slightly above the highs of August here at $65,000. You also got that daily level. You know, one of these levels are very likely going to get that rejection, right? It's classic. It's just a classic zone. And you know, if you trade above it, then hey, it is what it is. If you just do, you know, a bit of this and you're just rocketing, then, you know, there's just no short to be taken. However, if you wick to the level and you reject from it, it's a sniper position, right? Then yes, you could get this, you could get a back test, but then overall you're looking for that, you know, corrective move back down. So it's super important that you need to get that rejection, that reaction at those certain levels, because it would not make sense for the price to continue to the upside here in a parabolic move, right? It's just, it's not the time to happen, right? It should not happen. So you realize that the price should top out soon, right? So, but I get it from a lot of people that think they are magicians and they are, you know, they think I'm an amateur. It is simple to understand, and it's very effective to understand that the price should be topping out, and you have technical levels and plans on how to execute that trade. And your stop loss is above the high of the rejection, period. That is it. There's no hope. There's no adding to position. We should reject or anything, because the price, yes, it could reject, but it could blast through later on. and you do not want to be in a toxic short position if your analysis is wrong, right? I'm not the best TA guy in the world. I'm very far from it. But I realize what I have very good, and that is risk management. Okay, risk management is not a gift. It is something that you learn, and you learn with pain. And I have learned my risk management with very aggressive pain in the past. So yeah, there's just a little bit of education here that I want to give, guys, throughout bit of Fibonacci, a lot about the waves, the timing, right? To realize that there is higher probability that the lows here at 62,200 are going to be swept at some moment, all right, at some point, despite another high being created or another one being created, right? Or I mean, this is, yeah, not this, but and realizing the levels where you can get into that opportunity. Now let's talk about the bullish case. But first of all, let's go through the comment section here, legends, and say hello to the beautiful community. Hopefully you're liking this, this session of a little bit of education. And I have to smash up the like button. Oh, we got 𝗕𝗶𝗿𝗽𝗫 live. Probably everybody's watching his show because he must be flexing his arms and talking about uneven butt cheeks, which is very much more entertaining than my show. I can see that he's live. Shout out to him, 𝗕𝗶𝗃𝗫. Need to get into a collaboration. I'm more boring, guys. I'm very, very focused on the education. But yeah, I want to let you know that I've created a TikTok and an Instagram. It's new, guys. I've got 0 followers. Just created a couple of videos to upload it there. If you want to do a follow, they're just small little 30-second, tips, just a little bit of information. Make sure to drop a follow, okay? Just thought, why not get into the TikTok, create some nice short positions, very beginner, just a little bit of opinions and a little bit of education. We've got Instagram as well, guys. You got it down below. If you have Instagram or TikTok, there's not going to be any dancing with technical analysis on TikTok, all right? It's probably not the best platform to do technical analysis. Well, not technical analysis, just a bit of trading, trading content, right? But you got the links down below, okay, on Instagram or TikTok if you want to drop a follow right over there. Just some, little shorts regarding trading and investment and cryptocurrency, right? If you want to do that. Let's see who's going to be the first follower on TikTok, because I got 0. Just been created this a couple of days ago, guys. Just wanted to let you know. Let's go through the comment section before we talk about the levels of support and a little bit of what I want to see as well here throughout this zone, and yeah, eventually talk about what is happening in the Legends trading community, right? What have we been talking about in the Legends trading community? Because there has been some very good technical levels here and some scenarios where I missed out on this short position right over here, but we have opportunities, right? Either for day trading or for scalping, and I love looking for intraday setups. And I want to talk about a little bit of what's happened right over here. We do have a dangerous scenario that could happen that finally breaks down to sub $62,000, okay? I will explain that. For the moment, we are trying to maintain as support a daily level, right, that we had. We got a beautiful bounce. I know that 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗽 has been talking about this level as well to get a really nice bounce. But, I'm just going to go through a little bit of my video update from the Legends trading community, because you need to know what the heck is going out there. What's the heck's going on in the Legends trading community? Is this a big thing, or is it just a bunch of nonsense? Just want to throw out the education and the possible levels and setups that could get respected, and because it just proves what we talk about, right? Whether it's right or wrong, guys. I love to talk about when I am wrong, guys. This is the first thing that I really like to come up and say, guys, I was extremely wrong on this. These levels were not respected. The price ended up being extremely bearish or extremely bullish, and I was very wrong on this scenario, okay? So, it's very important to realize where you have been wrong with the analysis. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because your risk management is in place, right? It's in place. Let's go through comment section, guys. I'm completely sorry. I'm just getting here in the ball of, you know, education, this, that, the other levels, right? Just sharing, spitting out all of what I know, just for you to absorb, which I appreciate it a lot. I get these comments of the amount of stuff I've learned from you in the last few months is insane. These kind of comments make me very happy, guys. Very, very happy. You know, it seems like I'm doing something right in my life. Something that my mum has been telling me, you're never going to be, well, not my mum, but the classic thing, right? The teachers from school, you ain't going to go nowhere. You're not going to know anything in life, forever. And you're like, I know something. I can, you know. Anyway, let's just stop talking about that. Let's go through comment section. Say hello to the beautiful community. Gringo, yeah, you oftentimes serve up some great trades. Thank you, Gringo. Yeah, I try to. I really try to, without a doubt. Okay, not too much hype. Sometimes my thumbnails and titles can be a little bit punchy, guys. I'm sorry, but this is a way to gain attraction, right? But on the videos, I really want to go through the technicals and setups and scenarios and try and keep it as you know, good quality content as I can. But hey, we know that how YouTube and attraction works, right? Sometimes you need to come with flashy thumbnails and titles just to gain a little bit of attraction, to say, you know, what's this crazy dude on YouTube talking about? Anyway, let's go 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗫 and stop shorting so we can pump. Yeah, it's not about it. Look, if I were to know, you know, it's not about shorting or not. It's about the timing and it's about the retracement. We cannot get a god candle to all-time high. It's the timing, it's the waves. It just works like this. And I'm sorry, you know, it's not because I'm bearish. It's about time. I've been bullish throughout the last few weeks. We've been talking about the diamond pattern and the possible back test a few weeks ago from these lows, right? Who remembers that diamond pattern? I was just talking about the diamond pattern for over 2 weeks, right? It was like diamond pattern, guys, diamond pattern. This is bullish. It's looking good. We could back test the lows. I do see a retest of resistance. We could get rejection here, but overall, looking at this pattern scenario a few weeks ago, and yeah, we got the breakout, we got the pump, and now it's just realizing what's happening here. Okay, nothing else. If we were to get a pretty aggressive pullback down to $57,000, $56,000, guys, it would be a zone that I would be saying this has to be very, very good support. Okay, and I would be flipping bullish, waiting for the waves, waiting for the analysis, waiting for the reactions. Guys, this is ready. It's ready for a reversal depending on how we get down there. Okay, but market moves in waves, right? And we are trying to detect where the price could top out and where the price could bottom out also. Okay, and it's just the timing, the waves, Elliott wave theory, levels. That is it, right? It's so yeah. Anyway, Andy, dump it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, dump is not good for the crypto bags, right? Dump will not be good for the crypto bags. Yeah, dump it, says Chris. Kraken Exchange did not do the higher high, third peak. Something to look at. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. It's preferably nicer to get the highs being taken on most of the exchanges. But yeah, sometimes it does not happen, right? Sometimes it does not happen. Not sure if it was above 64K 8 hour yesterday. Yeah, a short-term scalp short is good, but I'm not sure if the opportunity will come again. Make sure you all have your stop losses at 65 or wrecked. Yeah, I mean, these are intraday scenarios, okay? They're intraday scenarios. And what is curious about this movement to the upside, I just realized that we're breaking down here, and I wanted to go through these counts just now, but there's no time. It's all happening very, very quick. what I've been realizing here, now it would be very rare to get a significant recovery from here now. It would be rare without getting continuation to the downside in the next coming hours. And, you know, something that I wanted to point out here is that we have impulsively moved here to the downside in kind of a 5-wave move. Okay, I do see, yeah, and breaking down now from here is not helping at all, of course, for that movement up now. Forget about that. But yeah, basically looking at this as a kind of a 5-wave impulsive move and having an ABC flat structure right over here. And I have to give a shout out to Aiden here that absolutely nailed the short position in the Legends trading community. I'll give you a shout out right away in just a few seconds. But yeah, the idea of this, and it's not looking too great, is looking at the extension right now. Now this has retraced to the 382 Fibonacci. Beautiful, great rejection. Previous day value area high has been getting the resistance right over here. And yeah, when we realize how the extension that could bring the price to lower levels, and this is a projection only, okay? As we've lost this low over here and the daily, that's not too great, right? Now is realizing how far down could we extend. I mean, we know that we have that liquidity pocket below 62.2k, but how far low could we go, right? And this is where we need to come with the projections. You might think, is it time to short now, right? I would say no. I don't know if the price is going to V-shape recovery. Well, you need to short the technical levels, but this would be looking pretty nice for a projection for the price to come, yeah, basically at least to the 1-to-1, right? That would be an average. Of course, if it's a wave 3 or even a little bit more extensive to the 1236, 1382, that would be confirming the sweep of the lows. And that is just looking at the possible projection from this movement down and this corrective structure to the 382 fib, and we're already breaking down quite aggressively right throughout the last few minutes, meaning that, yeah, this could extend to the 1-to-1 extension, right? If we do get down to if we do get down to the 1.618, then you can really start speculating that this has been very aggressive move down and start thinking in a third wave impulsive move to the downside. So preferably you do not want to reach the 1.618 and you just want to sweep the liquidity from the lows and start getting some support and start getting, you know, changing market structure with bullish CVDs, maintaining that that support channel, right, from higher lows. Hang on a second, guys, I'm just making a big fat mess here right now. I need to zoom out here for the channel ever so slightly. But yeah, you get the deal, right? You get the deal. Try and find some support here, sweep up the lows. I wouldn't be interested in an instant long position here. Just wait for the price to get proof of support, right? We're going to find some opportunities tomorrow in the Legends trading community. You know, there's no quick long here to be taken. Just realizing that what if we are in a third wave? And third waves can go to the 3.618, right? Extension. There's no limit for a third wave. There seriously isn't. There's like a third wave can go to the 4.618. So it's just a dangerous long position to get instantly on the dump. So why not wait and see the proof of support, right? Get a reaction bounce, you know, start reclaiming the lows of the weekend. Bullish CVD divergence, realize the waves, reclaim of internal levels, and just look for the scalp day trade scenarios from there, because, you know, that's what we've done today in the Legends trading community. When we do take a look at the session volume profile, this is a great tool, obviously, to look for those different trading setups and scenarios internally. Is, for example, we have this scenario right over here, right? looking at a possibility of the daily level at $63,300 to get a bounce to $63,800. We talk internally of the levels of reaction where we could get a bounce, level to level trading, right? Bounce all the way to the value area high, 63,800. That is where you're taking profit. These are intraday setups. There was a long talked about here, a bit aggressive, not easy, but it's a reaction at the daily. It happened very quick, but you got that bounce exactly to the level of resistance, of course. Then you think, I missed the long position. This scenario was this level right over here. That is the daily, that is the bounce. And let me just clean up the chart, zoom out a little bit and go with the value area of the entire trading zone and talk about that daily level that we have right over here that was looking for the bounce all the way up to the value area high. This is a nice day trade scalp scenario. This is one of the video updates that we provided today. It's a nice little bounce of $400-500, right? Get into a nice little scalp. Very technical, in and out. Stop hoping, stop thinking that we're going to go to 65K or we're going to dump down to 47K. This is an intraday setup. You get in here and you get out here. That's it. It's a winning trade. Now, for all of those that think, okay, well, I missed that long position. What is next? Well, the next scenario is actually looking for a short position at the $63,900 to sweep up the highs that we created today, getting the back test from the previous day value area high and looking for the price to move to the downside. And matter of fact, that is what we got right over here. We take a look at the previous day value area high, the sweep of these lower highs right over here, and the session volume profile, previous day value area high for the back test, and we are looking for the short position right over here to come down, as you can see here in the video update from the Legends trading community. Is it magic? No, it's technical analysis. It is levels. It's realizing where to get in, the reaction, where to put stop loss. So we're talking about a long into a short in a matter of a couple of hours here, right? It's, you know, what can I say? What can I say? It's just, you know, and then I get some comments on the previous video. Maybe YouTube can be a little bit punchy sometimes, guys. On YouTube, I hype some things up a little bit, but when we take a look at the real action and the real scenarios that do happen, that is happening in the Legends trading community. We do have the long setup from the daily, right? Very aggressive. Just look for the reaction. If you're entering here at this zone, you got your stop loss beneath the low. After the quick wick reaction, you're targeting this high over here. And once you come all the way up here, you're taking profits and you're looking for a short trade at this level, right? Obviously, we did not hit the level here, but there were the two internal levels, right, that we had of interest. I do not know if we're going to come down first or come back up first to this level, right? What I do know is that these are technical confluence levels that will likely get the reaction inside of the waves, right? So yeah, just a little bit of the education of what is happening internally here. That's where you get the action, Legends, and there's no sugarcoating here, right? There's no, you know, it's fake, it's not real. Ask the Legends trading community. This is really the action points that are happening here. And if you want more, you know the deal. You got the first link down below. You look for yourself, right? If it's not for your taste, then obviously you can leave at any time. But just saying, what you get in there, I wish I had someone that is providing me that education and information. And this is why, with time, you want the best of the best, right? What would be a great channel, a great Discord that is providing me, you know, not only higher time frame scenarios, even lower time frame scalping day trading scenarios. So yeah, keeping it educational as always. And I need to give a shout out here to Aiden because, oh my goodness, absolutely epic. Where are you? I'm gonna find you here because I need to give a shout out to you with that insane technical analysis from today's setup, basically, right? Which is counting this scenario very well. Indeed, looking for an ABC flat and looking for the break down. ABC, sweep up the highs, right? Which is basically what I talked about in my video update, but you provided the setup signal right over here. Absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. Very, very nice indeed. Very, very nice indeed. That is basically this scenario right over here. Bang, bang, bang. Boom. Absolutely golden. So anyway, let's go right away. Smash the like button. Aiden, my man. Let's go. Aiden Ryan. Yes, sir. Aiden is like Spider-Man. You smashed it, bro. Absolutely. You smashed it. You smashed it. Absolutely did. I did talk about a similar scenario, okay? But he provided the setup. As in, we enter here, stop loss here. This is what we're looking for, right? In detail, in a text, because a lot of people don't have time to watch the videos, but I like to provide the video update, providing the analysis, the explanation, right? You get everything. You get everything there, right? My goodness. We want to make the best community in the trading space, right? And I think, we're doing pretty good, right? What else do you want? We got 𝗕𝗏𝗽 as well. Shout out to 𝗕𝗏𝗽. Been smashing some altcoins as well throughout the last few days. And I'm just an old fart because I'm just looking at Bitcoin most of the times. But anyway, Aiden, my man, absolutely crushed it. Now TP 62,200. Yeah, that's the idea, without a doubt. But now a lot of people that possibly missed the short position might think, okay, could I enter a short right now? Ideally not, right? We always need to be aware that, the price could recover. Ideally not. Obviously, the shorts need to be very technical, right? Very, very technical pivots with managing risk, right? Option number 1 was this one. Option number 2 was this one right over here. So, yeah. Let's do a competition to see how can we get the likes up and see if YouTube can keep up with it. Yeah, guys, smash up the like button if you don't mind. I really do my best, but it seems like that I don't know, it's pretty crazy. I need to start dancing around and start talking BS, right? Maybe to get attention. I think, you build a community also based by haters, right? I know many big crypto influencers that have a huge amount of hate, and I try to understand what should I do different, right, from other large crypto influencers out there. And I don't understand it, right? And they have all type of indicators. You got these different Bollinger Bands and, stochastic, overbought, oversold, which is a bunch of BS. I think on higher time frames, yes, you could use it, but I based on the analysis and levels and setups, I didn't need any of that throughout this zone. And when we're ranging, it's really nice, guys. Like I said, for me, if we sweep up the lows, this would be a very aggressive, quick, long scalp. But I do think that the price is going to double bottom. It's going to test the lows again. It might break through. So the best thing that you can do is just wait for those levels to be hit. I have to say, look, it's the lows of the weekend. You're probably going to get a quick reaction bounce. If you're in front of the chart, I think it's worth a speculation scalp long position. But I'm pretty sure that the price will retest the lows again, right? It's kind of, there will be time when you're ranging to form these internal levels, just like the one here. I missed the short from here, but I got into the short from here. Okay, so, there's always opportunities at good levels. So, You need controversy to fire both sides. Yeah, I know. No short now. Yeah, absolutely not. I wouldn't enter a short position right now. I would really not enter a long position either with this aggressive drop. I mean, this could do this. It could do this. You know, this is really not a trade zone in my opinion. Just realizing that this could be the local top and just realizing the liquidity pocket that we have here. I mean, yeah, I realize that we are forming higher lows, right? It's not a great long with this falling knife that we just formed the last few minutes, right? It's just not a trading zone. I would rather preferably see if we can get all the way down here. And then tomorrow, you know, we will analyze the mess that we got here, right? We'll analyze the mess just like the mess that we got here, but we got good technical levels. We'll analyze the mess here. Not a problem. So yeah, I stay away from volatility, guys. You know, everybody knows me. Whoever's been following me throughout the last few years, they know that I am scared of volatility. Not scared, I just stay away. I don't trade the big massive moves. I wait for the price to cool off, see resistance or see support, and then analyze, you know, the different setups that we do have available. Yeah, this right now for me is like, yeah, no way. I ain't gonna do nothing here. You know, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm gonna wait for my zones of interest, or other levels, depending on where we are tomorrow. Okay, we'll analyze that. But when we're dropping down here, it's like, yeah, I don't want to jump into a short now, and I don't want to jump into a long either. Just realizing the liquidity pocket that we do have here, it's just not, you know, it's just not. It's still Rectember, sir. Yeah, very true. September is usually a bearish month, and right now we do have September. It was at 8.7 this morning. It's gone down to 7.9. It's still bullish, still bullish. But yeah, it was about time. It's because people lost money and they faded out. They'll be back when BTC starts pumping again. Tarun, yeah, very, very possible. But yeah, this is, you know, very possible. Totally agree. Basic patterns work as self-fulfilling prophecy. Absolutely. How is life going in Dubai? Says Sandra. Travel 1 week ago to there. So much heat, just like the market now. Yes, it is. It has been very hot last month. It is cooling off a little bit right now. But yeah, Dubai is great. Dubai is without a doubt, you know, it's a great place. Safety, all services work very, very well. Yeah, it's a really, really good place. But the heat is a situation. You're in the middle of the desert, right? At the end of the day, no matter how much green they plant. I'm a village guy, you know. I will be out of here in the next couple of years. That is for sure. Okay. I just come here for tax reason and for working. While I'm still young, right? I want to believe that I'm still young. But yeah, I don't like it. You know, I don't like it for the long term. Okay, so but it's great without a doubt. It is a good place. Perfect time to liquidate some shorts before going down more. Yeah, possible. But as we talked about the extension, okay, the extension from this pivot high, losing some certain levels of support, we can happily say that the movement down is likely going to continue to at least hit the one-to-one extension, right? It would be like the classic zone. Now the question is, will the one-to-one extension, you know, be the low, right? And it's like, yeah, so close to these lows, I think we can go to the 236, even 1.618. I do not know if this is going to be a three-wave corrective structure, right, in a much complex, larger corrective move. We're just going to have to analyze how the price reacts at certain levels. Where do we find support and where do we start ranging a little bit, right? And then analyzing very carefully the waves, the CVD, and the you know, the different, you know, extensions and timing. So just like I mentioned at the beginning, right? Just a simple thing is like, okay, you know, it's unlikely that the price with these 3 peaks right over here and with this impulsive move just retracing to the 236 Fibonacci, it's like, it's a big no-no. It's like, you know, at least you want to see 382 being hit. So it's just a simple thing, right? It's a simple way of analyzing, you know, that the price is not going to have enough power to get a pump of $3,000-4,000 without getting a nice pullback and finding some support. Yeah, then we can analyze, you know, yeah, we got some power here to break through after this pullback, but it would be extremely rare to retrace only to the 236 and then do this, right? Unless it's a 4th wave, right? A 4th wave can retrace to the 236 Fibonacci and pump, but there's a situation here regarding this being a 3rd wave, and which still could be the case. Okay, maybe we're going to sweep up the lows, and then we're going to get one more leg to the upside, meaning that the 1st wave has been the largest one, 3rd one has not been, is the shortest one for the moment, meaning that the 5th wave should be the shortest, because 3rd wave cannot be the shortest, right? Maybe it would be, maybe it is possible that this is still a very complex corrective structure in a, you know, very, very complex micro counting this. But overall, looking at the timing as well, comparing it to the 2nd wave, 4th waves are usually double or triple from a 2nd corrective wave. And that is when you come here with the Fibonacci Fibonacci time tool, where you come from the high to the low of this 2nd wave to the speculation high of this 3rd wave. And this is very complex right now. I mean, you would have to go, I would have to go with this high right over here. I would have to go with this high based on wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, consolidation in 4, hitting the 236 fib from the low to the high, and then this high over here. So you do have 5 waves. Yeah, you know, if this would have to be an extremely complex WXY kind of a structure with a flat and then, you know, a zigzag and then another flat right over here, I have to say it's definitely a possibility. But looking at the timing, I mean, yeah, we only 2 times longer than the 2nd wave, and 4th waves are usually at least the same timing, sometimes double and even triple. So we've just passed the double based on timing here, which is completely normal. So I have to give the bulls a chance here that maybe this is still part of a very complex corrective structure, and we're just going to sweep up the lows here, completing the last ABC flat inside of a WXY, which is very, you know, potentially doing this, right? This has been the last flat structure. And then we're going to sweep up the lows, and then we're going to get another push to the upside, which is going to be the 5th wave finally. I mean, you can use all sorts of imagination here when you, that makes sense, obviously, with Elliott wave theory. So it is possible, let's leave it that way. We'll figure it out tomorrow if we sweep up the lows of the weekend and we start getting some reclaims and some bullish momentum, because I would be bullish if we suddenly get a big pop here to the upside after getting a movement down. I would say, you know what, this is probably still the 4th wave, and we're going to create the 5th wave going to 65, 66K, right, in the next coming days. But we'll analyze that tomorrow. We still need a little bit of price action and some scenarios. That is pure speculation. But overall, yeah, we'll take a look at that tomorrow, obviously. Once, if we do get that low and recover. Do you own any meme coins at the moment? Meme coin Melody. I actually do not know. I mean, no, not in my altcoin. I had Saitama. I don't even know where that is actually. It's in some random wallet somewhere, but not in my altcoin portfolio that I've been building up throughout the last few months and actually added significant. I've got a big altcoin. Well, big, it's okay. I mean, I'm looking for a 10x at least on this. This needs to get to $3 million. I would actually be happy with 1.5. 5x would be absolutely epic. But I added 100K on this a couple of weeks ago. It was 250. I said, look, it's time to buy altcoins. And the main reason why, and this is only altcoins, I'm very much aware that could dump down to 20K. This is like the high risk, hey, it either 10x's, right, or it goes to zero kind of thing, which is very aggressive, right? It's a big chunk of money, but you can take the risk, right? If you do have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you're financially pretty set off. But the whole main reason why is because a lot of altcoins are just at rock bottom levels, and if I do not buy here throughout the last few weeks, we have been seeing some altcoins popping off. And hey, look, we've been talking about this throughout many months, guys. You know what this? Look at this dude with this face. This is Chainlink. Who's been here long enough? I've been here on YouTube since 2020. Who's been here long enough? This is Chainlink. Guys, this is an accumulation zone. We are going to pop in the next coming months. This is in 2023. We are going to pop to the upside on Chainlink, getting to $16 plus, right? In the next coming months, right? This is just higher time frame timing. And yeah, I bought a lot of Chainlink throughout 2023 and 2022. I got to say that because I realized the massive opportunity. If you don't get in and you don't realize where you are in the market, you ain't going to make money, right? It just, it was proven that, guys, this is an insane accumulation zone for Chainlink. And yeah, it only did a 2.5x, but hey, when you're putting some significant money, if you're putting $500, yeah, you're making, $1,000, right? But this was a great zone of accumulation on Chainlink back in 2023 that we talked about. And surprise, yeah, Chainlink did get that big explosive breakout from this point that was mentioned here back in, I don't know when this was. Was it January of 2023? We did get that explosive breakout. It's just realizing that this has bottomed out and the selling pressure is gone. When you're coming from a very aggressive bear market and you find a flaw on such an insane project such as Chainlink, this is going to pop out. This is going to pop out in the next coming weeks or months, give or take, right? It's going to happen. So it was a good time to make a good accumulation and make some gains. Now, after this scenario, we very much realized, all right, and this is being very ambitious, right? This is like taking a look at Chainlink, that we are going to rock it. This is probably the last opportunity that we do have on this retracement pullback. This was back in March of this year, just a few months ago, guys, just to prove that it's not only BS that we talk about here on YouTube. Basically getting a pullback when we were trading at $19. Wave one, and as we were trading almost at $20 a few months ago back in March, I was saying we are going to get a pullback. We are going to come down sub $10 on Chainlink. And I was waiting. I've been talking about this scenario. I've been talking about this chart a few weeks ago, days ago, saying, look, we were predicting the pump as we were trading just slightly beneath $20, predicting that we are going to get a devastating pullback of, over 50-60%, where people are going to become bearish. We're going to find a floor level, and that is going to be the last opportunity. And months after that scenario It's all about the timing. We are going to start pumping aggressively, potentially to the end of the year or beginning of 2025, right? There is a few months of detail right there, of difference. We never know. Is it going to be in November? Is it going to be this week? Is it going to be next month? Is it going to be in 2 months? It's going to happen, right? It's going to happen in between this year and next year. It's going to happen. So it's all about remaining patient and realizing the timing. So what can I say? What can I say? We talked about the bottom formation and getting the pump to the $20 zone based on timing, extensions, Elliott wave theory, understanding how the market moves. So back in January of 2023, we were talking about the price is going to pump throughout with an aggressive move. Throughout March, after hitting the movement here, after actually getting that pump to the $20 zone, talking about the market is going to get a pullback down below $10. It's going to happen. And it's going to be a very aggressive drop. And, eventually, taking a look at Chainlink, that is exactly what is happening. That is exactly what has happened. Talking about the breakout to the upside back in 2023 and talking about the pullback just a few months ago when we were trading just under $20. And you know what comes next, right? If we are here predicting the first impulsive move of the start of a bull run, coming from a devastating bear market in 2022, and understanding the sentiment and the market, how it moves, if we can predict this, and if we can predict the pump, and we can predict the dump, what is the next prediction? Well, the next prediction is when things get crazy, right? The next prediction is the third wave. The next prediction is when, stuff really actually, gets out of hands and people start jumping back into crypto. But it's all about the timing, okay? It's all about, we could dump tomorrow down back to $9 on Chainlink. It's not a problem. This could probably take another few more months. Okay, and then we start rallying. Okay, anyway, what can I say, guys? Surprise, surprise. That's what we got, and this is why we invest aggressively. This is why I invest aggressively in realizing that hey, it's actually time to buy. So nice. Can you take a look at a new coin? I see some potential. Promise you it will give you some flashbacks. Absolutely, yeah. There's some other coins that I've invested in that have gone to crap, such as Sora Network. Sora Network, there's always one or two altcoins, or even three, from your bag if you have 20 or 30 altcoins that are basically going to not get you wrecked because you are diversified, but get you, basically lose significant amounts from what you invested, right? Not all of them are going to do good. This is why you need to diversify, but the good ones usually pay off more than the ones that have failed, right? So this is diversification in cryptocurrency investment is crucial. Okay, so let's go through comment section. Link right now is in a range phase after breakdown. Head and shoulder structure right now is testing the top of the range. Next, we should see an expansion to the downside. That's a sucker's rally. Rodrigo, unless Link reclaims $12 to $12.8, high price should drop significantly. Okay. Yeah, maybe. I mean, there is a higher time frame bearish case scenario that this right over here that we are, it's normal, okay? I get it that, we got a big, massive ABC corrective structure. Obviously, this cannot go here, but a much larger corrective structure based on recession happening, depression. Then obviously we get that pullback and we finally drop down below the lows of the bear market. I mean, this would be, I have to say, this is possible. It is also true for Bitcoin. If we do zoom out, guys, I need to tell you that maybe it's not going to be that easy this time, okay? And I am not saying that that's not my preferred scenario, but we also have the potential ABC flat on Bitcoin, right? Which is in confluence with the possible recession, being it a running flat or actually getting below 15K. I have to say that, it could be. It could be. Be ready, guys. I don't mind going broke again because I know how to make money, right? Trading. So it's all risks, right? I won't go broke because I do have significant cash on the sidelines, guys. Not fully 100% invested in risky cryptos, right? But I'm very much aware of this scenario. It's just when we have this uncertainty in the market, I have to say, I can't say no, I'm only bullish, we're going to 100K. I need to be understanding that maybe the price could do this, right? We could get into a black swan event, depression. It's worse than we expected, and nobody wants Bitcoin. People want money and food and not have risky investments. And that's when everything can really go to crap, basically, right? I don't think it's the likely scenario. I think we're going to kick the can down the road. We're going to get the money printer going on, inflation going up ever so slightly again, in the next coming months, bringing that euphoria rally to get into risky assets, okay? And yeah, we're getting into October, right? We know that October has been one of the most bullish months for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency throughout the last decade. Okay, so, if we are going to follow, then yeah. Greetings, Charles. How are you doing, my man? Thanks for joining. Andy, you are so bearish. Why only 200K? It's going to $1 million. Yeah, without a doubt, Bitcoin's going to $1 million, but it won't be this year or next year, right? Let's stay grounded, let's stay realistic, and let's do TA and analyze the waves and scenarios. So yeah, guys, quick reminder, anybody that is not joined Bybit, World Series of Trading is happening in October. The registration also starts in October. I want you to join my team. We are going to do our best to get a piece of the cake of $10 million prize pool distributed throughout the winners. Let's see if we do maintain ourselves in the top 10 and potentially top 3, right? There are some very, very competitive teams. There are some crazy Koreans that are usually in the top 3 every year. But we do relatively good, and we do have a chance, without a doubt, to get a piece of the cake of the prize pool. And I want you to join my team. And if you haven't got an account already, make sure to create one with the link down below. You also got that bonus, of course. But I want you in my team, guys. All right. So make sure to create that account on Bybit with the link down below, and let's get ready for that epic competition that is happening in October. Legends. Let's go. I know Mariella's joining. World Series of Trading. Yes, it's happening. Can you do please TA on Bonk? So yeah, let's take a look at Bonk. Just going through the comment section here. Shall we take a look at Bonk? I was being called crazy. I got someone in the comment section that, Chainlink is going to break down. I do see that the price could go down and consolidate a little bit longer. Okay. It's not going to shoot up here already instantly. The timing's not correct. It should not happen now. It probably can happen in October where we're starting to break through, but it would make sense to extend a little bit more. based on the timing, okay? Based on timing from the low to the high, when we take a look at Fibonacci timing extension, it's just a fantastic tool to understand a little bit of the timing. And you do want to end over the 1-to-1 extension, preferably. It's like, yeah, we've only just crossed the 0.618 time. It's like, yeah, this could extend to December easily. Retracements usually take longer than impulsive moves. Usually, not much, sometimes, not always. But yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, the timing, it's still extremely early. You know, this could extend sideways momentum easily, at least till December, without a doubt. So, you know, just getting someone here saying, you know, their Chainlink is bearish. I do get a lot of, you know, it has been bearish already, right? I was bearish at $19. I was bearish at $19. I was bearish when we were at the highs. You know, we have corrected down, you know, a big chunk right now, right? And, you know, this is a zone where we're finding support from the top of the reaccumulation zone, which usually would, you know, this is over 18 months of reaccumulation. Unless shit hits the fan, then yeah, we you know, we could break down, but we never know. And it's going to be a very interesting Q4, guys, and Q1 of 2025. Very interesting. We either collapse, and you know, economies worldwide, war and everything, you know, really goes really bad. Or it's just going to be a chilled, you know, small little events, small little dips like the 5th of August, right? With the interest rate in Japan market crash. What a massive recovery, right? That was a quick recession, right? You know, recessions are quick. Recessions happen quick lately, right? The latest recession that we had from, you know, C19 crash, that was a quick recession, right? This was quick. Lockdown, bing, bang, boom, right? We got a virus that is going to kill everybody in the world. Yeah, I don't think so. Markets are going to get an epic bounce reaction. So, I mean, I would be happy to see a kind of a flash crash. We already got one here on the 5th of August. Japan, everybody running with their hair on fire. You know, and then it's like, yeah, epic bounce, right, on the markets. Stock market hitting all-time high again. So, like, yeah, recessions are quick. They have tools, and they have, you know, at some point we are going to see a devastating recession, without a doubt. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but for the moment we like to kick the can down the road. So yeah, recession in the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, exactly. You know, this was a quick recession, right? The 5th of August, boom, quick V-shaped recovery, stock market at all-time high again, right? What happened with stock market on the 5th of August? Let's analyze that situation. Oh, that, you know, it was a quick recession. It was a quickie. It was a quickie, just like what I do at nights, a quickie. Right? We just got a massive V-shape. And when we do take a look at the C19 crash, it was also kind of a V-shape. This did last a couple of weeks, but V-shape, right? So recessions are happening faster, but it's overall kicking the can down the road, you know, for a few more years. There will be a moment that we will have a similar depression stage that we're going to take a decade to recover, right? But it seems like that's not going to happen just yet, guys. So let's see. Daniel, my man, thank you very much for the super chat. Hi, Andy. Hope you are doing well. I'm doing great, my brother. Quick TA on H-bar, please. Absolutely for you, my man. Let's do that. Let's take a look at a quick TA H-bar. Big pullback. We got some kind of great news announcement that happened here back in April that just got a big pump and dump. I'm not sure what happened here, but there was it was based on news, something very bullish for H-bar. We can never trust the good news, guys, right? On altcoins, especially when we've been rallying for a few months. It's like it could be a topping point, right? I'm not sure what happened here, but it was something very bullish for 𝗬𝗫, and just got a big massive failed auction, right? Big sell-off. So let's analyzing 𝗬𝗫. Poof, it's I gotta say it's very hard, but I would say as an accumulation area. We're not going to talk about internal trading setups. I got enough with Bitcoin. We're not going to talk about internal setups and scenarios. Just going to do an overview here, relatively simple, on 𝗬𝗫. Wow, we're actually hitting a pretty decent big high volume node. They already got rejected. Getting above this level would be actually a pretty nice, a good sign of strength. You got the highest volume node from the consolidation since 2022, right? Lows of bear market, which has got resistance here in August. Looking at the higher time frame, we're just coming up to tap that level. Yeah, a breakout from this level is actually gonna change the market structure here. So it is at resistance. Bitcoin is at resistance zone, ready for a pullback. It's at resistance. What can I say? It's already getting a small little pullback here, as you can see. Not even testing the highs. I mean, ideally, you would want to see the highs being tested, and it's in a kind of a swing failure pattern, and you're looking for a pullback. But you can see how we're hitting the highest volume node from the last 2 years. They already got resistance in August. So this is like the last line in the sand, right? Which it needs to break to change the overall local market structure to get that uptrend to continue to the upside, right? And you would be targeting value area high of this zone, right? Of the last 2 years, basically, as a minimum target, because you're very likely going to get some resistance here at the value area high. But yeah, that would be this is the confirmation zone, and it does look like an Adam and Eve double bottom, right? It does look very double bottomy, but you do not see the confirmation of a new fresh uptrend till you actually break out successfully and see proof of support. We don't want to see a failed auction, obviously. We want to see a nice solid breakout and then obviously a pullback into that zone. That would be crucial support. That has been proven to be resistance in August, the highest volume node. But based on accumulation, I think these are great levels. 50 cents, 60 cents, 40 cents. This zone is great to buy some 𝗬𝗫 without a doubt. We are at resistance and we could pull back, especially if Bitcoin goes down. So yeah, we need to break this level to get more upside for the next coming days and weeks. As we are below this level, we're hitting it as resistance. If Bitcoin gets a larger pullback, we could definitely see 𝗬𝗫 getting a corrective move in the next coming days. So yeah, but as in accumulation zones, bring it on. Bring it on. This is great zone to DCA. This is great zone to DCA, my man. 𝗬𝗫 is a real world asset coin. Great future, but not yet. Absolutely. I think this was also, I'm not sure if it had to do with, yeah, real world asset, real world asset coin announcement. I don't know what this was, but there was some news on 𝗬𝗫 here, which we got a pump and dump. So yeah, can you do please TA on Bonk? 200 likes. We are very lagging on the like button, guys. Let's smash up that like button. Let's get to new all-time high. 200 likes so we can get to 300 in a matter of minutes. Let's go. Can we take a look at Bonk? Let's take a look at some altcoins here for the community. Why not? Why not? Bonk is an altcoin on Solana, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm really out on altcoins. The new altcoins are like what is it? 𝗬𝗫. Now 𝗬𝗫 is the meme coin, right? 𝗬𝗫. But Bonk is the one on Solana, right? Yeah. Which got, really good hype back in 2023. Well, no, sorry, my bad. I mean, yeah, basically in 23, right? Yeah, 2023 was the year on bonk, right? Which went absolutely bananas. But where are we at right now? And you know, let's see if we do have a chart with volume. OKX swap, yeah. Yeah, there's really not much to analyze here. I mean, this is on crypto. Got some boxes, got some stuff. This went absolutely crazy back in 2023. My goodness. I'm not sure what this did, but it did over a 10, 15x in just a few months. Extremely confusing, choppy wicks, hyped pumps and dumps that is happening here. You know, there's just really, if you want some interesting stuff here to know about bonk, you know, you are kind of still forming higher lows on higher time frame. And it looks pretty good for a little bit of a double bottom formation here. It's doing pretty good. We could be on the verge of forming an Adam and Eve double bottom scenario. And we're just halfway through, right? Where you got the big massive drop, instant reaction bounce, and then now you're just building up on that nice round formation, which you at least looking to target the highs of the neckline, basically the highs of August. And so far you're rounding off pretty nicely. And this is just looking at price action, right? There's no real solid TA behind what I am talking about. It's just looking at the price action. But yeah, it looks like you could be forming that nice round formation throughout the last few weeks and get that recovery to the neckline. The question is, will we manage to break the neckline? Right, well, we managed to break above that high created in August. For the moment, it looks pretty good. It's bullish. We've been moving up throughout the last week, and there's really not much to add. Beautiful double bottom, swing failure pattern, right? We like double bottoms, guys. You hit it, the low again, and you recover. So you're just really rounding off here quite nicely, despite that you are creating lower highs. But it looks bullish, pretty bullish for the next coming days. At least I would say that the next zone would be, you know, having an attempt and hitting this high potentially in the next coming days, with or without a local pullback here. It doesn't matter. But overall, it does look pretty good to get that momentum and that nice round formation to complete, right? To get up to the highs of the neckline. Just keeping it simple. No fancy indicators, just using a little bit of logic and price action. Yeah. Legends. How are you, my man? I'm very good, Robot. My brothers and sisters, thank you very much for joining the live stream. You guys are the best. I'm going to wrap it up. Much love to everybody here. Remember, World Series of Trading is coming, guys. Get ready. If you haven't got an account, sign up right away. In October, we're starting the registration and building up the team. If you cannot trade on Bybit, you do have bluffing, guys, with the 10% cashback. No KYC, just with an email and a password, you can start trading in minutes, guys, if you cannot trade on Bybit. Much love to everybody. We are back tomorrow with more analysis. Thank you. And I will see you in the next one.